I was on the ground, bleeding. He stood over me, pointing at the gate. "Get out." That's all he said, like I was trash, like I hadn't just heard him confess to murder 30 seconds ago. I crawled toward the driveway. My shirt was torn, my side burned like fire. He didn't even watch me leave. But here's what he didn't know. The wire taped to my chest was still recording. Every word, every threat, every name he dropped. The FBI van was parked 2 blocks away. And I wasn't just some girl he could throw away. I was the trap. Let me tell you how I got here. My name is Keara. 4 months ago, I was a hostess at Arcadia, a private club downtown. Rich people, dangerous people. I smiled, I poured drinks, I kept my head down. That's where I met him. Dante Kang, Korean, early 30s, covered in tattoos that crawled up his neck. He walked in like he owned the place, because he did. Everyone knew who he was. Dante ran half the underground in the city. Money laundering, extortion, worse. But to me, he was just another regular. Until the night everything changed. It was a Friday. The club was packed. Some hedge fund guy had too much to drink. He grabbed my wrist when I brought him his check. "You're too pretty to be just a hostess," he slurred. I tried to pull away. He didn't let go. That's when Dante stood up. He didn't say a word, just walked over, stared at the guy. The man's face went white. He dropped my wrist and left. Dante turned to me. "You okay?" I nodded. "Thank you." He smiled. "No one touches my people." I wasn't his people, but I didn't correct him. After that, he started coming in every week, then twice a week. Then he'd wait for me after my shift. We'd talk. Just talk. He wasn't like the others. He listened, asked about my life, my family, my dreams. "You're too smart to be pouring drinks," he said one night. "It pays the bills. What if it didn't have to?" I looked at him. "What do you mean?" "Move in with me," he said. "Let me take care of you." I should have said no. I should have walked away. But I didn't. Because 2 weeks before that, my mom had a stroke. The hospital bills were crushing me. I was working double shifts and still couldn't keep up. Dante found out. I don't know how, but one morning I got a call from the billing department. "Your mother's account has been paid in full." I couldn't breathe. By who? A private donation. Anonymous. I knew it was him. When I asked, he just shrugged. "Your mom shouldn't have to worry about money while she's healing." That's when I fell for him. Not because of the money, but because he saw me struggling and didn't make me beg. A week later, I worked a late shift, 2 a.m. The last customer left. I was walking to the bus stop when a black car pulled up beside me. "Dante, get in." "I'm fine. The bus gets here in 40 minutes, and this neighborhood isn't safe at night." I hesitated. He opened the door. "Keara, get in." I did. He drove in silence for a while, then he pulled over near my building. "You don't have to keep doing this," he said. "Doing what?" "Working yourself to death, pretending you're fine when you're not." I looked down. "I don't have a choice." "You do." He turned to face me. "Move in with me. Let me take care of you. Let me make sure you never have to be scared walking home alone again." I didn't know what to say. He reached over and brushed a strand of hair from my face. "No one will hurt you while I'm breathing," he said. "I promise." That promise broke me, because no one had ever said that to me before. So when he asked me to move in again the next day, I said yes. That was my first mistake. His estate was like something out of a movie. Marble floors, armed guards, a view of the city that felt like power. For 2 months it was perfect. He was gentle with me, protective. He gave me a necklace, a small diamond pendant. "You're safe with me," he said when he put it on. Always. I believed him. Until the day I saw the documents. I wasn't snooping. I was putting away laundry in his office. A folder was open on his desk. Shell companies, offshore accounts, wire transfers, and one name that made my heart stop. Malik, my cousin. He'd been missing for 8 months. And there, in black and white, was a file labeled "Closure Required." My hands started shaking. I didn't say anything. I put the folder back exactly how I found it. Walked out of that office like nothing happened. That night, Dante held me while we slept. His arms felt like safety. But by morning, I knew 2 things. Malik was dead, and the man sleeping beside me knew why. I called the only person I could trust. My uncle. James. He worked for the Bureau, FBI. If you believe a woman can look powerless and still be the most dangerous person in the room, subscribe now. Because what Dante didn't know was that the FBI had been chasing him for 2 years. "Malik's been on our radar," James said when I told him what I found. "What do you mean?" We've been building a case against Dante's organization for 2 years. Malik's disappearance was one of the cases that kept us looking. We just couldn't prove anything. He's in those files, James. Then we need you to get closer. Can you do that? I thought about my mom, about Malik, about how Dante looked at me like I was the only person in the world who mattered. What do you need me to do? Wear a wire, get him talking, about the money, about the people he works with, about Malik. I closed my eyes. I'll do it. Not because I wanted to be a hero, but because Malik deserved justice. And if Dante was the one who took him from us, I was going to make sure he paid. The wire was small, taped under my bra, a red recording light I could barely see. Just get him talking, James said. Stay calm, don't push too hard. I went back to the estate that night. Dante was in his study, drinking whiskey, looking out at the city like he was untouchable. You're quiet tonight, he said. Just thinking? He pulled me close. About what? This was it. About the files I saw. His body tensed. What files? In your office. The shell companies. The offshore accounts. He stepped back. You went through my desk? I wasn't looking for anything. I just saw. You saw nothing. His voice was ice. I pushed, carefully. I saw Malik's name. He froze. What did you just say? Malik, my cousin, the one who's been missing for 8 months. Dante's jaw clenched. That has nothing to do with you. He's my family, Dante. If you know something, I don't. He was lying. I could see it in his eyes. Then why is his name in your files? Drop it, Keara. I can't. Yes, you can. Not when it's Malik. He slammed his glass down with Stor. You want to know about Malik? Fine. He was a problem. He was skimming money from one of my partners. We gave him a chance to make it right. He ran. My heart was pounding. Where is he now? Dead. The room went silent. What did you say? You heard me. You killed him? I didn't pull the trigger, Dante said coldly. But I gave the order. He stole from the wrong people. That's how this world works. I felt my chest tighten. He was my family. And you're mine now. So you're going to forget this conversation. You're going to go upstairs, and you're going to remember that you don't ask questions you can't handle the answers to. I should have stayed calm. I should have let him keep talking. But I couldn't. You murdered him. I protected my business. He was 23 years old. He made a choice, a stupid one. You're a monster. Dante's eyes went dark. Careful, Keara. Why? You gonna kill me too? That's when he saw it. The wire, the red light under my shirt. His eyes locked on my chest. What is that? I backed up. Dante, what the hell is that? He ripped my shirt open. The wire fell onto the floor, still recording. He stared at it, then at me. Tell me in the comments, if you found out the man you trusted was connected to your family's death, would you stay calm long enough to expose him? Your FBI? No, you've been recording me? Dante, please. He grabbed my arm, dragged me toward the door. How long? Tonight. Just tonight. Liar. He threw me into the hallway, hard. I hit the marble floor. My side split open on the edge of a console table. The pain was instant, sharp. I felt warmth spreading under me. Not a lot, but enough. Get out, he said. Dante. Get out of my house. His security team appeared. 3 men, all armed. She's wearing a wire, Dante said. She's a Fed. Get her off my property now. They dragged me to the front gate, threw me onto the driveway. The gravel scraped my palms raw. I could barely breathe. My side burned like fire. I kept crawling because stopping meant he won. Dante stood at the top of the stairs, looking down at me like I was nothing. You think you're smart? He called out. You think that wire means anything? I own half the judges in this city. I own the prosecutors. You'll never touch me. I didn't answer. I just kept moving toward the street, one hand in front of the other. The wire was still recording, every word. The FBI picked me up 2 blocks away. They patched me up in the van, and then they played the recording back. Every word, every confession, every name. Dante had no idea the wire kept transmitting even after he found it. He'd given them everything they needed. The murder confession, the business structure, the names of his partners. All of it. The raids happened at dawn. His estate, his clubs, his offshore accounts. 14 arrests. Dante was the first. The same guards who once opened doors for him stood frozen in the hallway, watching. The FBI dragged Dante out in handcuffs. No tailored suits. No respect. Just a man in boxer shorts and cuffs. He looked at his security team. Do something. Nobody moved. Nobody helped him. Because power isn't real when it's built on fear, and the moment fear breaks, there's nothing left. 3 months later, I sat in a federal courtroom. Dante was across the room in an orange jumpsuit. His lawyer tried to say the recording was inadmissible. The judge disagreed. When it was my turn to testify, I walked to the stand. Dante stared at me. I stared back. And for the first time since that night, I wasn't afraid. "Miss Harper," the prosecutor said, "can you identify the man who confessed to ordering the murder of Malik Harper?" I pointed at Dante. "That's him." The jury took 4 hours. Guilty on 19 counts. Racketeering, money laundering, conspiracy to commit murder. He got 42 years. No parole. After the trial, I moved. Changed my number. Started over. I don't work at Arcadia anymore. I don't date dangerous men, and I don't let anyone make me feel small. Because here's what I learned. Power isn't about who can hurt you. It's about who can survive you. Dante thought he broke me that night, but I walked away, and he's still in a cell. I think about Malik sometimes, about how he never got to see justice. But I got it for him, and that's enough. My mom recovered. She doesn't know the full story. Just that Dante's organization fell apart, and that I'm safe now. The necklace he gave me, I sold it. Donated the money to a victim's fund, because I don't need his diamonds. I never did. 6 months after the sentencing, I got a letter from Dante's lawyer. He wanted to see me, to explain. I threw it away, because I don't owe him closure. I don't owe him anything. I survived. I testified. I rebuilt. And I walked away free, while he lost everything. His empire, his freedom, his control. All of it. Gone. So if you ever feel powerless, if someone ever makes you feel like you're nothing, remember this: silence can be stronger than shouting, and the right person wearing a wire can bring down an empire. Drop your city below and comment Team Justice if you believe Keara did the right thing. Subscribe for more stories where the woman they underestimated becomes the reason they fall. And remember, sometimes the girl on the ground bleeding is the one who wins.